Hello and welcome back to Time for Gardening. If you're dreaming of a more charming, creative, and inviting garden space this summer, you're in the right place. Today we'll explore unique DIY trellis fence ideas, perfect for adding cottage charm and rustic beauty to your backyard, no matter how big or small. Each inspiration is designed with you in mind, especially for those who appreciate clever upcycling and garden artistry. Stay with us until the end for a full bouquet of ideas, practical tips, and plenty of visual inspiration to help you create the dreamy garden you've always wanted. Let's make this summer the most beautiful one yet. There's a special kind of magic in transforming forgotten window frames into a charming trellis garden fence. By painting the old wood in pastel hues and allowing climbing roses or clematis to weave through the panes, you bring a touch of cottage nostalgia and artistry to your outdoor space. This upcycled approach not only tells a story of renewal, but also creates a welcoming focal point that draws visitors in with its quaint and colorful appeal. As summer sunlight filters through the glass and flowers, the vintage window trellis fence becomes a canvas of blooming beauty. The interplay between structure and softness encourages both curiosity and relaxation, making it a perfect backdrop for tranquil mornings or cheerful garden gatherings. This creative reuse celebrates both history and horticulture, blending the old with the ever-new in your cottage retreat. Repurposing an old wooden ladder as a trellis garden fence instantly adds vertical interest and a dash of whimsy to your backyard. Leaned against a fence or set as a standalone feature, the rungs become perfect supports for sweet peas, morning glories, or beans, encouraging them to climb and cascade in a lively display. This idea offers both function and storytelling, reminding everyone that even the most humble tools can become sources of garden beauty. As the season progresses, the upcycled ladder becomes enveloped in lush greenery and vivid blooms, evolving from a simple structure into a living work of art. Its rustic charm complements cottage and rustic gardens alike, while its DIY origins invite guests to explore and admire the creativity woven into every detail. This inspiration encourages gardeners to see potential in every forgotten object, nurturing a space that is both sustainable and full of life. classic white picket trellis garden fence brings timeless elegance and instant curb appeal to any cottage-inspired landscape. The crisp white slats create a clean backdrop for vibrant climbing roses or clematis, allowing their blossoms to truly shine. An arched trellis entryway can serve as the perfect invitation to step inside your garden haven, blending nostalgia with a sense of new beginnings. As the season warms, the picket trellis fence frames every view with charm and structure, supporting lush borders and fragrant pathways. The combination of tradition and fresh blooms creates a delightful contrast, enhancing the cozy storybook atmosphere that so many cottage gardens are known for. This inspiration proves that the simplest designs can offer the greatest impact, filling your outdoor space with grace and color. Embracing nature's artistry, a rustic twig and branch trellis garden fence weaves together the textures and tones of the woodland edge. Using foraged materials, you can craft a fence that feels organically grown into the landscape, giving climbers like honeysuckle or wild roses the perfect place to sprawl. This approach is both sustainable and visually striking, inviting birds and butterflies to linger among the branches. As the vines entwine and blossoms open, the fence transforms into a living sculpture, blurring the lines between garden and forest. Each season brings new shapes and surprises, reinforcing the sense of wildness and discovery. This trellis fence celebrates imperfection and ingenuity, offering a peaceful retreat where the rustic meets the refined in your backyard sanctuary. A reclaimed door trellis garden fence is a statement piece that effortlessly merges storytelling and garden functionality. Each vintage door, with its weathered paint and unique details, serves as a trellis panel for climbing roses, ivy, or morning glories. This creative solution not only supports your favorite vines, but also brings character and intrigue to your outdoor design. As flowers and greenery claim their place, the old doors come alive with new purpose, creating a colorful wall of memories and blooms. The fence's layered look offers depth and personality, turning your garden into an ever-changing gallery of natural artistry. With each passing day, this reclaimed trellis becomes a testament to the beauty of reinvention and the magic of a cottage garden in summer. Infuse a sense of playfulness into your garden with a trellis fence made from upcycled bicycle wheels. Painted in cheerful colors or left with a vintage patina, the wheels become circular supports for vining flowers such as nasturtiums, sweet peas, or clematis. This unexpected design element brings both movement and whimsy, sparking conversation and smiles among garden visitors. As the blooms spiral around each spoke, the trellis fence takes on a dynamic, almost kinetic energy, catching sunlight and shadow throughout the day. The circular shapes contrast beautifully with the lines of traditional fencing, adding layers of interest and creativity. This idea encourages gardeners to think outside the box and wheel, while turning everyday objects into extraordinary garden art. Obelisk trellis fence accents stand tall and elegant, adding architectural interest to your cottage garden. Crafted from bamboo, wood, or metal, these vertical structures can be positioned along your fence line or as standalone features, guiding sweet peas, climbing beans, or clematis upward. Their geometric form brings a sense of order, while the growing vines soften the overall look. As the plants reach higher, the obelisks create eye-catching focal points that frame the garden in every direction. They invite the gaze upward, drawing attention to the sky and the layers of foliage and flower. Whether grouped in a row or clustered as a vignette, these DIY accents add drama and sophistication, blending the best of rustic craft and cottage elegance. Give new life to discarded pallet boards by transforming them into trellis panels along your garden fence. The vertical slats offer a sturdy structure for trailing nasturtiums, sweet peas, or beans, while the rustic wood tones create a cozy cottage vibe. This budget-friendly idea is as functional as it is charming, making it easy to experiment with creative layouts and plant combinations. As summer progresses, the pallet trellis fence becomes a lush wall of color and texture, providing privacy, shade, and a habitat for pollinators. The modular nature of pallets allows for easy adjustments, so you can customize the fence to fit any space or style. This inspiration is perfect for DIY enthusiasts seeking both sustainability and visual appeal in their garden design. A willow wattle trellis garden fence is a celebration of age-old craft and natural beauty. By weaving flexible willow branches in horizontal bands, you create a fence with a gentle, flowing rhythm that echoes the curves of the landscape. This hand-woven approach offers the perfect backdrop for climbing roses or wild peas, blending effortlessly into cottage or rustic gardens. As the season unfolds, the willow wattle supports a cascade of blooms and greenery, evolving into a living tapestry that changes with every breeze. Its organic lines invite the imagination, conjuring images of storybook cottages and peaceful retreats. This trellis fence brings a sense of timelessness and serenity, proving that sometimes the simplest materials create the most enchanting results. Imagine a fence transformed into a lush living wall, where espaliered fruit trees, flowering vines, or cascading ferns find a home. A living wall trellis offers vertical greenery that maximizes your garden space and brings dynamic texture to the landscape. This idea is especially appealing for small yards, turning even the plainest fence into a vibrant focal point. Over the summer, the living wall trellis becomes a source of constant discovery, with new blossoms, ripening fruit, or fluttering butterflies appearing every day. It fosters a sense of abundance and life, blending functionality with beauty. This inspiration is a testament to what's possible when you see your fence as more than just a barrier, but as a living canvas for nature's artistry. Add both charm and utility to your garden by attaching mason jar sconces to your trellis fence. These jars can be filled with trailing petunias, fragrant herbs, or even twinkling fairy lights, casting a soft glow in the evenings. The combination of glass and green gives the fence a homespun, inviting quality that's perfect for cottage gardens. As dusk falls and the lights flicker on, the mason jar trellis fence becomes a magical retreat, ideal for quiet evenings or festive gatherings. The jar's versatility means you can refresh your display each season with new flowers or lighting, keeping your garden fence ever-evolving and full of surprises. This inspiration bridges the gap between function and fantasy, creating a space that feels both personal and welcoming. Celebrate the hardworking spirit of gardening by turning old tools into a whimsical trellis fence. Rakes, hoes, and shovels can be mounted in creative arrangements, providing strong supports for climbing plants while sparking nostalgic conversations. This recycled approach honors both tradition and innovation, making every glance at the fence a trip down memory lane. As vines twine around handles and tines, the tools take on new life as garden art, blurring the lines between practicality and playfulness. The fence becomes a showcase for creativity, inspiring others to reimagine what's possible with everyday objects. This trellis is a true conversation starter, inviting smiles and stories from every visitor. For instant color and charm, attach wire or wicker baskets along your trellis fence and fill them with seasonal blooms. This approach transforms the vertical plane into a cascade of flowers, perfect for annuals like petunias, pansies, or lobelia. The baskets add dimension and flexibility, allowing you to change out plantings for every season or occasion. As the flowers spill over the edges, the fence bursts with texture and hue, creating a cheerful border that delights both gardeners and guests. The ability to swap baskets and plants keeps the garden feeling fresh and lively, no matter the time of year. This inspiration turns your trellis fence into a living bouquet, offering endless opportunities for creativity and joy. Stringing solar-powered fairy lights through a tunnel-shaped trellis transforms your garden into an enchanting nighttime oasis. By weaving the lights around climbing jasmine or morning glories, you create a magical path that glows after sunset. This whimsical idea is perfect for summer evenings spent outdoors, whether you're entertaining guests or simply enjoying a peaceful stroll. As darkness falls, the fairy light trellis tunnel becomes a haven of wonder and relaxation, inviting everyone to linger just a little longer. The interplay of soft light and fragrant blooms brings a sense of romance and serenity, turning ordinary spaces into unforgettable escapes. This inspiration proves that a few simple touches can create the most memorable moments in your garden. Give an old metal or wooden bed frame new purpose as a trellis fence for your garden. The decorative headboard and footboard offer intricate patterns for sweet peas or morning glories to climb, blending vintage style with practical support. This unique idea adds a nostalgic focal point that instantly elevates your outdoor decor. As the vines take hold, the bed frame trellis fence grows into a dreamlike centerpiece, full of color and personality. Its playful transformation speaks to the joys of reinvention and resourcefulness, encouraging you to view every object with fresh eyes. This inspiration highlights the beauty of blending memories with new beginnings in the cottage garden. Elevate your fence with panels of decorative ironwork, which serve as sturdy trellises and elegant garden accents. The swirling metal designs provide a sophisticated structure for roses, jasmine, or clematis to climb, adding both height and artistry to the landscape. This idea pairs rustic strength with delicate beauty, making it ideal for anyone who loves a touch of old-world glamour. Over time, the interplay of metal and green creates an ever-changing tapestry that delights from season to season. The contrast between ornate ironwork and lush foliage adds depth and intrigue, while the sturdy construction promises years of enjoyment. This trellis fence becomes a living sculpture, inviting admiration from every angle. Transform your trellis fence into a vertical herb garden by hanging terracotta pots filled with rosemary, thyme, or mint. This design is as practical as it is pretty, keeping fresh flavors within arm's reach while adding fragrance and greenery to your space. The pot's arrangement brings visual interest and makes the most of even the smallest gardens. As the herbs flourish, the fence becomes an aromatic wall that enhances both garden and kitchen. The constant supply of fresh greens inspires creativity in cooking and gardening alike, making every meal a celebration of your outdoor efforts. This inspiration shows how functionality and beauty can grow side by side in your cottage landscape. A diamond lattice pattern crafted from slender wood strips is a timeless choice for a trellis garden fence. The crisscross design provides strong support for roses or peas, while its geometric form creates classic cottage style. Painted or left natural, the lattice adds both structure and a sense of openness to your garden borders. As the vines weave through the diamonds, the fence fills with blooms and foliage, framing views and defining spaces. The lattice's elegant simplicity blends seamlessly with a variety of garden themes, from formal to relaxed. This inspiration highlights how thoughtful design can offer both beauty and utility, elevating even the humblest garden fence. Line your trellis fence with a series of colorful hanging baskets to create a vertical garden overflowing with blooms. Each basket can host a different plant, from trailing fuchsias to vibrant geraniums, providing a living wall of texture and color. This approach maximizes planting space and turns your fence into a striking seasonal display. As the baskets bloom and spill over, the garden takes on a dynamic, ever-changing quality that delights all summer long. The ability to mix and match plants allows for endless experimentation, making it easy to refresh your look each year. This inspiration brings both joy and practicality, turning a simple fence into a vibrant centerpiece. Turn your trellis fence into an artistic masterpiece by painting it with floral or leafy murals. Use bold colors or soft pastels to create a design that echoes the blooms in your garden, blending art and nature into one harmonious scene. The painted backdrop enhances the drama of climbing vines, making every blossom stand out. As the plants grow, the mural and the garden interact, with living and painted elements weaving together in a unique tapestry. This creative fusion encourages you to see your fence as a canvas for self-expression, transforming ordinary wood into a celebration of your personal style. The result is a garden fence that's both a work of art and a functional support. Invite feathered friends into your garden by combining birdhouses with your trellis fence. Mount decorative birdhouses atop the fence or within climbing plants, offering shelter for birds and adding a whimsical touch. The sight and sound of birds visiting daily brings life and motion to your outdoor space. As vines grow up and around the birdhouses, the fence becomes a bustling ecosystem where wildlife and blooms coexist. This idea celebrates the joys of cottage gardening, where every corner holds a little surprise, and nature is always close at hand. The birdhouse trellis fence is a reminder that a beautiful garden is also a haven for living things. Give your garden a playful twist with a trellis fence made from crisscrossed outdoor rope. This nautical-inspired design offers flexible support for beans, cucumbers, or climbing nasturtiums, while adding texture and pattern to your garden border. The rope's natural look pairs beautifully with rustic or coastal themes. As the plants twine through the ropes, the fence evolves into a lively, interactive feature that invites exploration. The gentle movement of the rope in the breeze adds a dynamic quality, keeping the garden feeling fresh and inviting. This inspiration encourages hands-on creativity and a sense of adventure in your DIY design. window shutters find new life as charming trellis panels along your garden fence. Painted in soft greens or blues, the shutters create an inviting cottage look while providing sturdy support for climbing roses or clematis. The vertical slats add both texture and rhythm to your fence line. As plants wind through the shutters, the fence gains depth and personality, blending nostalgia with new growth. The layered effect transforms the fence into a storybook backdrop for garden gatherings or quiet afternoons. This inspiration combines practicality with visual charm, perfect for anyone who loves giving vintage finds a new role. Mark the entrance to your garden with a rustic log trellis gate, crafted from stacked branches and logs. The natural shapes and textures create a welcoming focal point that hints at the beauty beyond. This handmade design is perfect for cottage or woodland-inspired gardens, blending seamlessly with the landscape. As climbing vines and wildflowers embrace the gate, it becomes a living archway that frames your garden's best views. The sense of arrival adds drama and anticipation to every visit, making your outdoor space feel like a hidden retreat. This inspiration invites you to celebrate the journey as much as the destination in your garden design. Illuminate your summer evenings by hanging solar lanterns along your trellis fence. The gentle glow transforms your garden into a magical retreat, ideal for outdoor dining or quiet reflection. The lanterns add both ambience and practicality, marking pathways and gathering spots with soft light. As twilight deepens, the fence becomes a glowing ribbon through your garden, highlighting climbing plants and colorful blooms. The mix of functional lighting and natural beauty encourages you to spend more time outdoors, savoring the long summer nights. This inspiration shows how the right lighting can elevate both safety and style in your backyard. Maximize your planting space with a tiered trellis planter wall, where each level supports a different burst of color. Staggered planter boxes filled with petunias, lobelia, or herbs create a vibrant tapestry that climbs up the fence. This approach is perfect for small gardens, offering both visual height and practical abundance. As the tiers fill out, the fence transforms into a living wall that delights at every glance. The layers of greenery and blooms add depth and interest, making the most of limited space. This inspiration encourages you to think vertically and experiment with plant combinations for a dynamic, ever-changing garden feature. Add a touch of modern elegance to your garden with a trellis fence made from copper pipes. The sleek geometric lines create a striking contrast with the softness of climbing vines, offering a chic take on rustic design. Over time, the copper develops a beautiful patina, enhancing the fence's character. As flowers and foliage weave through the pipes, the fence becomes a living sculpture that catches the light and draws the eye. The combination of metal and green feels both sophisticated and grounded, appealing to gardeners who appreciate both tradition and innovation. This inspiration shows how contemporary materials can elevate classic garden forms. Transform your fence into a lush privacy screen with fast-growing flowering vines like morning glories, moonflowers, or jasmine. The dense greenery creates a natural barrier that shelters your space while filling the air with fragrance and color. This living fence solution brings privacy, beauty, and habitat all at once. As the vines flourish, the trellis fence disappears beneath layers of blooms, turning your garden into a secluded oasis. The interplay of shadow and light, scent and movement, makes every moment spent outdoors feel special. This inspiration celebrates the power of plants to transform and protect, ensuring your backyard is both peaceful and picturesque. Introduce Mediterranean flair to your garden by decorating sections of your trellis fence with colorful mosaic tiles. The vibrant patterns catch the eye and provide a playful contrast to the green foliage and delicate flowers. This unique approach turns your fence into both a trellis and a work of art. As vines climb around the tiles, the living and crafted elements intertwine, creating a tapestry of texture and color. The reflective surfaces add sparkle and depth, especially in the sunlight. This inspiration is perfect for gardeners who love to blend creativity, color, and horticultural beauty in unexpected ways. Welcome guests into your garden with a DIY archway trellis fence, draped in climbing roses or clematis. The arch frames the entrance with lush greenery and blooms, creating a sense of arrival and anticipation. This idea brings instant charm and grandeur to any garden, no matter the size. As the plants mature and the archway fills in, the entry becomes a living invitation, hinting at the beauty that lies beyond. The combination of structure and softness sets the tone for the entire garden, blending practicality with romance. This inspiration makes every visit to your backyard feel like a step into a fairy tale. Thank you so much for joining us on this creative journey through DIY trellis fence makeovers and rustic cottage garden ideas. Remember, your garden fence isn't just a boundary. It can be a living piece of art, filled with color, fragrance, and personal memories. If you enjoyed these inspirations and found new ideas for your own garden, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Time for Gardening, and share your favorite idea in the comments below. Your support helps us grow, and we can't wait to see what you create next in your own backyard.